Strawberry bush. Basic berries. Basic fertilizer. Plain cooked berries. And there was something else that I missed. Probably a pie or something. Alright, go ahead and finish that. Place cargo. That's picking it up. Hold. Okay. So that's not the rough rock, that's just a chunk. But I don't get an option to like break it down. I can pick it up, I can go to the compendium, I can build. Just going up to the build menu. I'm guessing, well, if you build something, let's say like a stone chest, and I put it here. Rough stone chunk. Gotcha. So you carry the rough stone chunk to this. Where do you go to build? Add. There you go. Got it. Gotcha. So there's a masonry station or something we use to break those chunks down if we want to. Alright, to finish this, I need a rough rope. This will be the first time we do a rough rope. I need more rough twine. And for more rough twine, I need 6 more plant fibers. Gotcha. So like I was mentioning earlier, it's a good idea to craft each of your crafting stations and look at those for things with question marks. So that means something undiscovered. And crafting it for the first time will unlock more, and it's kind of like a scaling down of everything. This is definitely a kind of game where I need to break out my Excel spreadsheet and do a calculator that says, okay, I want to make this stone chest. It'll require these resources, which those resources require these resources to craft that resource. And then you can break it down into what basic resources you need to collect to do the stone chest. Yep, that's the OCD in me. If there's a bunch of skills that each require a tool, I'm going to make all the tools. Alright, our first rough rope. And claim 12 new recipes. Ooh. Smithing station, rough smithing station, rough barter counter, rough large chest, rough leather working station, rough chest, rough scholar station, rough tanning tub, rough well, rough barter stall, and a rough loom. All right, if I remember, this required, oh, it just needed one. I thought it had one and two. So in making our first rough stone chest, we actually unlocked some wooden chests as well. We can now make a normal and a large wooden chest. So 25 slots in a rough stone chest. Now, question. This is something that crafting games, some of them have missed, but they eventually add it to their game later on. If everything in my sphere of influence, I have chests with resources, can I go to a crafting station and use the resources out of that are in the chest, or do I have to have them on my person? We can try that out. Let's see. See, so that's going to be something that's probably going to be at the top of the list of things that people will want. Yep. Now, Enshrouded half did it. Enshrouded, it will only work if you had magic chests. Then the magic chest, you could pull resources out of your chest. It's me, Drumroll. Thanks for the follow. Okay, you can just left click these to put them in your chest. I will hold on to my mushroom stickers. Alright, so now if we're pursuing, we've got a couple claims here. Carpenter's First Steps, reaching level 2 in carpentry, reaching level 2 in tailoring. So we still haven't done this stuff, but it's, as we were discussing, it's likely because we have to build crafting tables and stuff that eventually work toward creating these materials. So I'm going to wonder what the hell's that? Oh, somebody with a cart. Are there emotes? Can I wave hi? Emoting. In chat, you can use commands to emote. Oh, sweet. Murgatroyd, thanks for the help. He brought some rocks over for me to deal with. We still need, I'm guessing, are these just rough stone rocks? No, this is the full size. Alright, cool. Well, then I can leave these here. And then, as we suspect, gotcha. That's the quick key. Shift 1 is the wave. Or you could just type /wave. Cool. Alright. Let's get this flint out of my way. Now, do resources respawn at a specific frequency? And if I get this flint pile out of my sphere of influence, does it come back even if somebody owns the area? Gotcha. So they're random spawns. Right, so, as we were saying, I'm going to guess, with my minimal brain logic, we need a rough masonry station. which is going to require 2 rough twine and 1 more chunk. You can get the chunk. Right click, add. So there's the chunk. Now I just need to make the rough 2 twine. That one actually did need 2, yeah. 2 rough twine, excuse me. Which requires 10 plant fibers. Okay, there's the 10 I need. But I gotta finish what I started. And that's a question too. If I partially grab a resource, does it stay damaged or does it eventually grow back? Or all right, we need 4 to craft rough root. Well, we just need the twine. We don't need the rope. I don't know why I keep thinking I need rope. I just needed 2 twine. It just looks like just a rock. But that's our masonry table. There it is, rough stone block. All right, it requires a chunk and basic mortar. So we need to figure out how to make basic mortar. Basic mortar requires rough pebbles and crushed rough shells. Basic pebbles requires rough rock. Rough rock requires a chunk. Alright, let's go pick up a rough rock, or chunk. Go back over to our masonry table. Craft our rough rock. Ooh, we're getting into lengthier crafting times on these. Gotcha. So the resources do stay damaged. So this is going to achieve our first goal in creating a rough rock. Flame. We're unlocking a rough rock package. Interesting. Now that we have a rough rock, let's continue with the progression and make rough pebbles. See what pebbles unlock. 6 recipes. Rough stone head power source, rough stone leg power source, rough stone hand power source, rough stone torso power source, 100 supplies, rough kiln. So I'm guessing the 100 supplies can be made out of different resources. There's just different versions of 100 supplies. Alright, for basic mortar, we have pebbles now, but we still don't have crushed rough shells. So we gotta figure out where those come from. Ground seashells can be used by a mason to make mortar. A rough stone block. We'll use mortar. A rough rock package just uses 3 rough rocks. Not sure what a rock package is want. It's probably a resource for other craftables. The 100 supplies, though, I assume is something for your claims. Yeah, it's just another version of 100 supplies. For that, we would need more rough rocks. And it doesn't have a question mark because it's just a different version of the same thing. So it would not unlock anything if we made it. So to make these for the first time, I could do that one just to unlock it and see what it unlocks. For that, we need more rough rocks. How many do we need? 17 more. And 1 chunk makes 4. So 5 more chunks. Package is a way to transport resources in bulk. Gotcha. So it's specifically like a rock carrier. And just to warn everyone, my OCD is going to want me to do everything. So it's not like we're going to pick a profession and stick to it. We're going to be the jack of all trades. Well, when they go up to 335, I imagine everybody will have everything at least at some level. But then you'll have people that focus on specific ones to fulfill. Okay, why did this one stop? Not enough stamina. I ran out of stamina. So if I close this out, it's just going to stay there because once you start a build, it keeps the progress. And then I could just rest, get some stamina back. Okay, the current max is 70, which makes sense. We're in an alpha. I wouldn't think they'd have it all ready to go already. But each 10 is a tier in itself. And they plan to go to 335. That's a lot of tiers if they keep up with every 10 tiers is a tier. Or every 10 levels is a tier. I'm going to imagine they'll eventually spread that out a little further. While we're resting, let's do an eat also. Bam. There you go. And continue. Oh, is it? Okay. So if I went back, gotcha. These are just the achievements for each of the skills, not the level. That makes sense because we're not level 5 in carpentry. We just have 5 progression points in carpentry from our first steps. That makes sense. But it does not give you an idea of what the cap would be from here. Yep. I don't know if I like it being a drop down though. I kind of like what they did with the professions one, the achievements, where you can see all your skills on one screen. Here you have to scroll down to look at them. They should just make that a list, and then you can click on them to go to the achievements if you wanted to see those. Well, then, I don't know. Because you also have to manage the tool you're using for that profession. Yep. Yeah, same. I like the way it looks in the achievements menu. I almost wonder if they'll eventually do where crafting and making stuff on projects, rather than just being some kind of mini game during there, where make it a rhythm game to where if you're right on the rhythm, then it advances twice as far for that phase of the craft. So you're not just sitting there watching a bar go across your screen. Okay, we've got a lot of rock. And you'll notice that rough rocks do not pile. They're individual. But rough pebbles do. So if we made more rough pebbles, I'll be here for a while. I want to track some. Let's just make one more rough pebble. Yep, that'll claim my space. So you can craft beyond what you can carry, and then it just drops it to the ground. See that flint's back. Same with the rough wood logs, just like the stones on each. In which case you would make a chest near each workstation. So I like to put a chest over here and then put all of the rough rocks in the chest. Which, by the way, storage. That's a normal. That's the large. That's the normal. You need 1 rope and 3 rough planks. To make planks, I'm going to assume we need the forming. Carpentry station. Carpentry station requires 4 wood logs and 10 plant fiber. Put my stones in there too. Alright, so that one's full. Now I'm weighing myself down with all these rocks until we can build that chest. But we do need the 4 logs out of there and the plant fiber. Hey, it's me, Drumroll. It is definitely interesting. I played a game like this before where it focuses mainly on crafting, community, structuring. It's not like an action RPG where you're going out and fighting creatures and stuff. Eventually, I've seen some hunting. So if we make a bow, we'll go out hunting, which I assume is going to feed food. Maybe you use feathers for things. Okay, so now we should be able to make the rough untreated planks. Rough untreated planks. Yep. Which requires rough wood chunks. Which we had some left, didn't we? Yep. No, that's the bark. Right, so now we need to go get wood, chop it down into chunks. I also need an organize button or a sort button in your inventory and in your stashes. You could rename it though. That's kind of cool. My problem is currently... So what happens to resources if I drop them? If it's in my area, does it stay there permanently? And outside, it might decay and disappear? How many can I drop in the same spot? Yep, it shows all 9 there. Cargo for cargo items. Okay. So the cargo items stay there. The non-cargo items, if you drop them, you got 2 minutes before they disappear. So these stones are going to disappear in 2 minutes. Because our chest is full. Well, we've got 5 spots open. Don't want to waste all that stone that guy brought me. That's good. I can carry that much. Okay, so thinking ahead, rather than just walking off and getting a wood log to come in and bring... Of course, we could chop it out there and then just bring the wood back. But ideally, we could do what that other player did and try to make a cart or one of these. Rough cart material pack. Rough large cart material pack. Rough raft material pack. Cargo pack that Bricko would craft into a vehicle for you. Find him at a ruin. Traveler Trades 1.